And I think Rapha's happy that that's happening because Chance definitely had him in a corner. 12 health.
He's really down on health. He was working with that 50, sticking to that side of the map, grabbing the 225s that are up now. Mega health still was over at Chance, but right now having all the health pickups on the map, Chance is going to have to really play this one strong. He's the big man as far as stat goes, but oh, again, more Mega for Chance. Rapha shows up just about a second too late in order to get any damage in with that LG. Not a lot of that ended up having much effect. So Chance is definitely the big guy as far as the stat goes. But Rapha's really playing this really smart, really great defensive rockets. 2 of them laid right down at Chance's feet. And Chance is now, you can see his kind of frustration here. He's looking for a way in, trying to close the distance, but every time he attempts to get into the same room with Rapha, Rapha's got the rockets out ready for him already. Nice
move by Rapha. And this is where I think Rapha shines compared to most players. Like, he's usually very comfortable. Oh, that nade was so close to hitting. But he's usually very comfortable with, let me play this a little bit defensively and just wait for my time to strike. And that's exactly what we're seeing. He's managed to pick up, basically he's played between the 2 yellows, and that gave him 100 armor, now 150, and of course the frag in addition. I mean, he's okay to give away that Mega, because he knew that he would get at least 2 yellows out of it. And now he's stacked up. He's got the frag advantage. 30 seconds left to go. And now 2 frags up. So this might be it for this first map. But oh, what a first map it was, John.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I have to say, Rapha going from a stance of being the weak player on stack and taking down Chance, absolutely, and turning that right back around in a very, very short amount of time, I might add. That was like 30 seconds from Chance being, fully stacked to the teeth to Rapha just utterly taking him down. And yeah, that last frag was going to be it. With 20 seconds left to go, I don't think we were going to see another turnaround like we did, like the time that pushed us into overtime. But there's map 1 on T9, moving into number 2, Rapha taking it 6-4.
Yeah, and the number 2 is going to be DM13.
Just goes to show you, man.
That's going to be incredible.
The littlest plays can really have such a huge impact on the game. Obviously, Telefrag, totally unsuspected there by Chance. Chance was feeling really good going into the last 45 seconds or so. Telefrag totally changes things. But even still, Rapha was able to get the next frag on basically a spawn frag, which is very lucky for him as well, on top of the Telefrag. But even in the very end there, Rapha was really weak. And him just playing super defensively, stacking up once again, getting prepared for the overtime. Just amazing plays there by Rapha in the end, beyond just the luck.
Anyway, so Rapha versus
DM13,
Chance.
my favorite. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah. But see, here, I think Chance is in trouble, because Rapha's play on this map, I think is better than his T9. So, we'll see. Rapha's ready, Chance is ready. And I'm ready. You guys ready?
Absolutely, and we better be, because we got the countdown. We're going to be seeing Rapha here getting that first rocket launcher. Red armor already being picked up by Chance, but that means Mega Health is going to be up for Rapha, as is the LG side of the map. Good rocket jump up there, getting yellow armor, getting weapons, and that's going to put Rapha in a pretty good stance here for the first part.
Yeah, Chance has done pretty well for himself, though. He's got about 160 armor. Rapha, about the same for health. So, Chance has a little bit of a better stack, but not anymore. Rapha's able to muscle in on red, and of course, he will be set up for Mega. He's going to go take the high ground. This is a smart move. He's got about 5 seconds to play with, and he's going to go center map to basically try to keep Chance totally out of the loop. And indeed, it works. So, that's a free Mega for him, and the next play is going to be at red. Rapha's just going to hold his ground. Decides instead to make sure that Chance doesn't even have an opportunity to pick up that yellow behind him. So, nice rocket jump so far by Rapha, moving around the map really well, and he's even muscled in on this LGYA. And with the RJ, he's setting a trap. And now he knows that he just totally owned the map. The only thing is that Chance has not suffered any damage. So, he's sitting at 100 in health still.
Gotcha
him out. That's 2 good rockets.
Is expecting. Oh yeah, Chance was altering his route there, gets the initial damage. Rapha grabs Mega Health, but oh wow, his armor got so burned off in that last one. Red armor's up. Rapha's going to be rocket jumping right over to the plasma yellow armor, taking control of that, making sure that Chance does not really have a foothold to make an attack here on the red. But Rapha grabs both yellow armors. Red's now up. There it is. Wow.
And it was a really nice play. I think Rapha read Chance like a book there. He said, okay, if I run up here and do a little bit of damage, I just basically need to make my presence known, then that will force you to turn around. I can beat you to the armors, and then you haven't figured out that I didn't get red yet. So Rapha, you can just see the brain on this guy. It's just a beautiful thing. And I think Chance just got totally outsmarted there.
What's this talk on IRC about follow killer? For one thing, follow killer's on, and for another thing, there haven't been any kills yet.
Right, yeah. Well, they want me to, I guess, to turn that on. I actually don't have it on. I don't turn that on for duels. Because a lot of times it's far more interesting to see where people spawn and what they do on it. So, that last exchange, you know, Rapha's sitting at 87-74, Chance at 36-25. And Chance is being really cautious here. There's really nothing to work with. I'm guessing the 50 behind him is not available. And this will be a very, you know, with no health being nearby Chance, he's worried about going over across the map to pick up the LGYA, and the 225 is over there. So he's going to be starting any fights with a huge resource deficit. Yeah, weird.
But as we've seen before, Chance does really good at getting that initial shot off and getting the initial spam, but Rapha just muscling in, going headstrong. Plasma's now coming off, but I don't think Chance landed a single one of those. Where was he expecting Rapha to be? In the corner?
Mega. Yeah, I don't know. He was expecting a play from Mega, but I mean, Chance has basically been on the run for the last minute and a half. And now he's out of rockets, so
good defensive
he gets
block.
a double
and
kill.
The first frag goes both ways.
That
so
is
it comes
crazy.
down again to the spawns. Chance getting shotgun and red armor, but being down here with Rapha on top of there, he doesn't want to be here. But oh, what the fuck?
I mean, just as a heads up,
I'm like, oh, Rapha just hurt himself.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh my god.
Now, what's really hilarious is that Chance did a rocket jump to this LGYA the last time he did it, and he ended up with like 2 health or something like that. So, I mean, talk about having to know your exact rocket jump damage, which is perfectly done. He's also picked up another frag here, as Rapha was pretty much just a fresh spawn. LG, though, might be really dangerous. A nice peek shot by Rapha with the shotgun. Missed, though. So let's take a look at Rapha. Actually, no, I guess he does not have... doesn't have any weapons other than the LG. Now finally an RL, and you know, Rapha getting back into this could be kind of interesting because Mega is gone. Red is up in about 4. Let's watch Rapha's attack. Now this I kind of disagree with. Like Chance's, he was out in center, but not very convincingly, and so he doesn't have any position on these items. So Rapha is back in the game. So positioning there by Chance a little bit off. He does hit an exit rocket though, but he will get Mega. He maintains the timing on that. Rapha's hit 2 rockets. Let's go back over to Chance, surviving with his Mega health and not much else.
Wow, I'm sorry, that last rocket, I'm still thrown for a loop after that. I saw the explosion. That's not good.
Now, Chance only has 24 armor in this exchange. He can't go center. He's going to maybe do some damage. That's a nice rocket there. Expecting the exit. Doesn't get anything there. So the next play is at Mega. That's going to be one good shot with a rocket. It's about the best you can do in that position. Rapha says, let me try out my rocket jumping shoes. And Chance says, fuck that shit. Let me try out my LG. And it's brought him back up to a 24% LG after it was a bit lower. So far... that's basically, even things up. Rapha's able to pick up the red armor, so now Rapha has about 100 armor more. And Chance still waiting for the armor behind him. Yeah, it's coming up now. He's just using sound cues. It's going to be a nice play here if it works out. No, Rapha takes the other route. Chance doesn't get any damage against him. So now Rapha stacked to the teeth, also picking up the LGYA. And now it's time for Rapha to get on the board. We got about 3.5 minutes left to go, though. It's taken 6.5 minutes to get to this point, and Chance is currently enjoying a 3-frag lead. And on